We're live. Fantastic. Looks like everything's excellent. At least on a technical aspect. Just adjust this monitor. There we go. Ooh, I'm gonna get myself a coffee. I hope you've got one too. Although other beverages are acceptable. It's cold in the studio today. It's cold because there's a door open. Oh, no wonder. One moment. Let me just shut this. Just push the autumn outside where it belongs. Okay. What are we doing today? We're working on his hair. That's what we're doing today. And I'll bring up the reference photo, which is dark and moody underwater. And I will have light and bright, as you can see. Partly because pastels are a beautiful light medium. And also cameras tend to that's what I was looking for before. Fantastic. The camera will get much more contrast than what our eyes see. Our eyes are way better than cameras. So let me just check my reference photo. Closer in shot for me. They've the way the light is on the yeah, they've got beautiful. They've both got beautiful golden hair. It's just lovely. Just a bit of chromium and I think there is a phthalo dark I'm dropping on as well. And I'll just start with the just going to start once I get some words back with pan pastel. There we go. See, I can talk. I figured I'd crack on with hands to begin with, just to get a light coating on this pastel matte paper. Now I'll probably come in with the turquoise, bring it closer to his hair later. I'm not too worried about that glow around his hair. That's okay for now. Totally fine. So I won't be streaming next week because I'll be in China with my wife. And which is exciting for us. It's the first big overseas trip together. Furthest we've been is Australia. So I think this time next week, okay, so there's a 5-hour difference. We'll still be asleep, but that's what will be happening. But we're going to go look at the Forbidden Palace. Check out the Great Wall. I've been practicing my Chinese phrases. Taidula is the one I'm working on, which I'm no doubt mangling because I have a job working for an interpreting company. I consult for them. Not that I'm an interpreter. I do strategic management. And one of their Chinese speaking board members, she understood what I was trying to say, but she did correct it, but I still couldn't say it again properly. But it means too much. Too much. In case I do some haggling. I should learn it for pastel painting as well, so I can say when I've put too much pastel on. Taidula. Okay. Let's clean that up. Take some coffee. Now we're going to use some pan pastels. Not pan pastels, we've done those. We're going to use some pastel pencils. Just get my sharpener. And I know I've shown that off before, but that's my my Derwent. Let's go in a little bit closer so you can see more what I'm doing. What do I need? I need to do a zoom. There we go. Alright, so that's, I want to work on his hair, and I'll bring up that reference photo again so you get a bit of an idea of, there you go. So he's got quite a lot of dark in his hair, just some beautiful lights on top to so got quite a lot of darkness to fill in. Yeah. Always have to remind myself not to rush. Don't rush it. Very easy to get impatient with art. You're just eager to get what's in your mind translated out through your hands. But I will just pick out some colours. So I've got a black. That's the Carbothello black. And because we are going pretty dark, we'll need that. But we will make our own blacks as well. And so I want to... this is a purpley blue. So that's quite good. I think these are interesting ones. It looks like a dark grey pit pastel. So we'll have him. This is a brown. But for making darks, I like using a mixture of red. I can find my red. Here we go. Though it's more shaded towards magenta. And I like a dark blue. Or a dark green. And you get quite a nice black. Here we go, there's my blue. So just these are just your basic Carbothellos. Although I do have the occasional Derwent. So this is an Indigo 36B. 36? Yeah, 36B. That's quite good, and that's what I was doing the original, sort of laying in some colours. So my reference photo back up. And we'll just work on darkening his hair. I'll just move that chat window over in case someone says hello. Sharpen him up too. Where's that sharpener gone? Here we go. I don't normally make mine needle sharp, you know. So here's sort of this where I go with these Carbothellos versus like a pit. The pits don't seem to break as easily. Derwents just are so soft. And the Carbothellos, just lately they've been breaking right when I don't need them to break. Get a bit of movement on this board, but that's okay. Waxy. On there. Let's just build up some layers, get some darken to begin with. So I've just finished reading a book about color mixing, and I quite enjoyed it. The guy who wrote it had spent a lot of time looking at colors under, I think it was a prism, not a prism, a prism. Let's get the enunciation right. And looking at the makeup of what colors, what percentage of other colors are in paints. He's a watercolorist, so he obviously was more attuned to the watercolor brands. Anyway, that he talked about the difference between how artists talk about paint and how printers talk about paint. So, you get a book and it's got color prints in it, photos. They're printed on a different scale from how artists talk about paint. And he was a little amused as to, or bemused as to, where artists had come up with this colour wheel. So I've got a colour wheel over here. Let me just grab it. So here's your standard sort of colour wheel. And they RGB, red, green, blue. Right, that's sort of the how they talk about it. So show it on the side. RGB. Anyway, that's what computer monitors all talk about, your RGB. But the color print is done in CMYK. The K stands for black. At least I'm pretty sure it stands for black. And so the CMYK stands for cyan, CM magenta, yellow, CMY. So cyan, don't know that I've got anything close to cyan in my palette. I might have some in my pastels. That's cerulean. What's it? Ultramarine. I don't know. I'd be hunting around for them. Anyway, so it's a lovely blue and magenta. And as he was looking through the prism, he was working out which colours. So a red is a mixture of magenta and yellow. A warm red has got more yellow. And then you go to your violets. So in here, and you've got magenta and blue. I was like, wow. So he re-looked at his suggestions for painting, was more based on using the CMYK way of looking at colour, and was demonstrating with his watercolours, getting the warmths and the values using CMYK. I thought, oh, that's really. I mean, I don't use the colour wheel when I'm painting because I'm tempted to say I'm an idiot, but I'll just settle for saying I'm a novice. And I've decided that. Why is that not going on properly? Something on that bit of paper. I don't like that at all. Let's try an indigo. I'm on a journey of discovery. And on that journey of discovery, I want to find out for myself rather than someone tell me. I haven't got time to go to art school. And I'd be such a terrible student. Keep asking them why they do it that way. Why do you do it that way? Oh, it's how we've done it for 500 years. Shut up and do it. No. Don't like. I'd rather find my own voice in painting. But that's just me. It's not that I'm saying you shouldn't go to art school or anything like that. It's just not for me. Bix, Bix, how wonderful! Thank you for coming on, Bix. Lovely to see you. I heard your man's got a new job. That's exciting. Bix is an artist herself. She may deny it, but she is. That's better. Don't know why that other colour wasn't grabbing. Just need to use a bit of black. There's a lot of. It's not controversy, but even from pastelists, I've heard pastelists say, "Oh, you shouldn't use black," and yet, when the art is printed in a book, guess what colour is used for the darks by the printer? Well, that would be black. So, isn't for myself as an artist, I'd rather just learn for myself what works and what doesn't. And do it intuitively. Okay, so we've got some reds going on there. Bex. Just gotta give you a wave. Fantastic. It's lovely to have you here. I hope the kids are doing well. And Let me just have a slug of creative juice. There we go. I was saying before, Bex, I should just check if you're still there, so I'm not. Yeah, you're still there. Great. Helen and I are off to China. On Sunday, we fly out. And we're doing that same trip our friends did here in Carpety. So we're both excited and nervous. Um, I've packed my thermos. I got my thermos with me and my AeroPress. And I was weighing my AeroPress before, thinking, oh, do I really want to carry that round just for one drink? You know, sit on the Great Wall with my coffee. It's probably make a good photo, actually. Let me get some of these magentas in. Try and find that spot where it's going to be dark. I think it's in there. That. Yeah. We'll Helen, I'm sure, will put some stuff up on Instagram, and I'm taking my. Here we go. So there I am. I'm just putting that dark green on top of the that dark cold red, which I've decided I'm going to call it magenta. It's not magenta. It'll be a shade of some kind, and Carbothello will have their own colouring name for it. But I'm the artist here, so I can say whatever I want. It's my show, and I can be incorrect as much as I want. So I'm taking my camcorder with me, so I'll be getting some footage. I'll do a separate little video of trip to China, and I'm hoping to find some subject material to paint. It's really dark in here. Let's back up into the. So have you been? Oh, it's Donna. Oh, don't forget the box. Yes, thank you, Donna. I got told about that. You got to take your own toilet paper with you. In China, not for the hotels, but when you're out and about. I have to go pack some. I'll keep this comment chat up, Donna, so I can remember to do that. You take your own toilet paper or tissues if you're a delicate person. It'll be an adventure. Oh, that is good coffee. So, so nice. So I'm glad you guys caught up. Donald, fantastic. Say whatever you like. You know I will. It's okay. So I'm big on using greens and blues in here. It's a um, it's your job as the artist to interpret the picture, but to put in what you see. What do you see when you're painting? And not what you think it should be, but what do you see? How's that one go? Okay, sort of. And these will all pay off later. Really, I'm quite happy with get a bit of brush work going on in here. So I've invested in a watercolor brush, and for blending, and it's been the most amazing addition to my toolkit. So it will knock off a lot of pastel while you're doing it. I found for um, softening edges, getting, I believe I could get good curls just using that, and it's just pushing the pastel around a bit. And previously I'd been using cotton buds, and what a difference! What a difference! I had tried blending with a normal brush. This, I don't know what you call it, flathead, some angle, but I was normally actually using that for if I'd made mistakes to brush the pastel back off. And oh, we got a whole lot of messages. Hang on a sec, let me just read some. Your face is, that's so kind. Thank you, Donna. Of course, you're talking about Bex. Darren, yes. Yes. I saw Darren Bex at Wellington Art Show last year. He was sitting there doing some pan pastels. He had a booth, and he was doing some lovely work. It was nice to have an artist sitting there at the exhibition doing a demo. So that was good. Yes, there we go. Donna's mentioned him at Takina. That's right. Is your watercolor brush wet or dry? It's dry. You can do an underwash with an alcohol. but I'm just using it as a blender. So I have different tools. Have I got one around? So various things for blending. So, your good old, what do you call them? Torchons? Is that the right word? So they're sort of a classic. And then there's those silicon shapers. So I have little silicon shapers for getting in around, so I can use that for dragging out his eyelashes later on. I've got, this is a, this pen, it's not a pen, is it? Maybe it is a pen. Anyway, the rubber tip, I think, was for a stylus for a tablet when they used to, before they came up with the pencil type idea. And a pastelist suggested using these for blending. And they're quite good too. But because I'm on pastel matte paper and it's very grippy, I haven't found it that easy to blend. Just knock off a wee bit down here. So anyway, I watched a portrait artist, and he was using sorry, just concentrating for a sec. He was using the watercolor brush for his blending work. I thought, oh, and he was getting beautiful, soft, a bit too realistic for my liking. I like to have see the marks rather than have them all blended out. But he was doing beautiful work. And I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And it was such a good, sometimes on YouTube you come across something and you try it and you go, oh, that was so good. Don't know that it would work on colour pencils. I think you use a burnisher for that, don't you, Donna? Right. Are we ready for some other colours yet? I think we're getting there. Might go for what will we use? Kind of want to use some ochres. I'm sort of stuck on brown. Some ochre. Is it a Derwent ochre? It is, yellow ochre. Ooh, we'll give it a go. It's an ochre. Put the browns back. I just need to start getting a little bit of colour up here. Just see how light this is. I think it's very light. Oh no, that's all right. Okay. Still need to stay on dark actually. Yeah, this is a highlighter. I've still got, so I did need to go to brown. That's okay. Don't know until you start. I'm tempted to hang on to blue. It might be a bit too blue, but I like it. What does it look like? That's what I want. Just get blue in there. Mix it with the colours, but always seeing blue in my paintings when I do here. So has Vi started school yet, Biggs? Or is she still a kindy girl? That colour. It's an ultramarine. Pop it back before I get carried away with it. Came from my blues. Where's my blues jar? Over there. Excuse me. It's a keeper. She's just gone 4. Oh, they grow up so fast. We miss you. We miss you guys too. I'd say come back, but you're in a good spot in Palmy. Anyway, so as Damon started his new job, Ashley and Christine, we gave him a hand to move the other day. I came up with a truck to Palmy. Thought we knew they were moving fridges and freezers and didn't realise they were going to take him up the steps of their place in Waikanae. Man, that's... I thought I was gonna pass out carrying the bed up the steps. Like, actually, I think I need a moment. In fact, I need 2 moments. Oh dear. Anyway, they were quite excited for you guys that he had a job that sounded like he was going to have fun doing. Just need that to come out a bit more. Got it. Lay in some color, but I just need to map that because He's got his hair as sort of just, it's not all just curling round, but I've got those under layers, so it's okay. And it's darkened up nicely. Um, what move? Oh, so let me just. Yes, thank you. We miss you guys so much. Honestly, we do. Uh, the carpet is depleted. So no, they were moving his dad's stuff out of the house in Palmy because they've sold that, and they were moving stuff to a lockup and back to their place. So some stuff they were going to sell, and some they were going to. Some they were going to. So some they were going to sell. I don't know what they were going to do the rest of the stuff. So so Helen said, "We're going to go help them, aren't we, David?" So I said, "Yes, yes, we are, honey." So we did. Um, yeah, those steps were just, they're not designed for bringing beds. And fortunately, the neighbour came over from across the street. That was lovely. And he said, I'll give you a hand with that fridge freezer. I'm like, oh. I was so grateful that he helped out. Let's pull that around. So no one else is leaving at the moment, Donna, that I know of our friends, but not just at this stage. This, how does it go? It's kind of a, before I don't start muddying things. Just wanted to make sure I had enough darks on before I start. I think that's enough to make that light in here. Yeah, we'll make that light in there. What's this one? We're just getting a mid-tone, I would call it, but I could be wrong. But as I've said before, it's my show, and I will call them what I want. And we're ready for light. What are we going to use for light? You and you and you. And we want to get turquoise in there because I love turquoise. I might go for some lighter blues. Not at this stage. Well, you just never know who's going to move next, don't I? I think if Palmerston was a little more by the sea, we might move there. So here's sort of a selection of colours I'm going to have a crack at on his hair for his lights. You go, well, what's that one for? Well, this one is actually for just around the edge. So we can just do that first. Here we go. Just a little halo thing going on there. And we'll probably bring it in. We're going to keep with our green theme. So we like green. And just do some quick. Does yet to come. So we've used a bit of neon. Let's just get a it's bright green yellow. And we've used a limey green. Come to wrong. Yes. The dairy's actually really close. Just around the corner. You can walk to it, can't you, Bex? To your dairy. Grey that down a bit. Let's go with a lighter. A bit more darker down there. Back to the black. So we've fused our values. And we might just brush that because I don't really care about Looking for individual hair strokes. Just put another layer in there. Darken that up. Maybe some chromium. Got fur ready. Pick up the pastel. Where's that blue I had before I really liked? Where have you gone? You're over here somewhere. Sorry, just to fix where I was going with that. It's this one, I think. Yeah, that's it. Now I got it. That's beautiful, rich. Just right. Let's put those blues back. Those ones. Wrong tier. Maybe read 1 minute to walk to the dairy, the op shop, coffee shop, fish and chip shop. Oh, you've got everything there. You've got all the right all the right shops. That's the one I want. Oops. I need some orange. Use those yellows. Put those back. Okay. Thanks, Bex. Thanks for joining. I will pass that on. Thank you so much. And give my regards to Damon as well. Must be... Oh, it's 11:30. When did I start? I think I started at 10:30, so it must be time to wrap up anyway, Donna. We're starting to get the feel of his hair now anyway. Let's just pull back and have a look. Oh, that's not so bad, is it? Yeah. Yeah, we'll call that a blocking in exercise. And, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's a good start for his hair. I mean, there'll be some tidying up work, but I can now I've sort of worked out my color palette for him, and she's got a very similar color palette. So I'll crack on and do hair here during the week. And I may see you on Wednesday, Donna. Otherwise, we're away for a while. Levi's still here, but we're off. So, to all those watching on the replay, thanks very much for joining. I'll just open up the reference photo again so you can sort of see what I was trying to do. There you go. And it's not a bad start on his hair. I don't want to get too carried away because I've got to do her hair, and his hair's still going to pull across her forehead. So I need to fix that up. But do her hair first, because he's in front of her. So if I do his hair first and then do hers, it'll be weird, because then I'm bringing her hair in front of his when she's actually behind him. But that's, yeah, there you go. Doing here, pastel pencils. Thank you very much for coming along or watching on the replay. I'll be back with the finished product. But cheers for now. I find the off button.